This is a set of pieces you could use in kindergarten and in first grade to review and talk about measurement and also geometry and patterns within numbers. If you look at the pieces, you'll see that these four pieces particular are talking about measuring in length. So how many bears long would the leaf be, or tall would the leaf be? And you can have students 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bears talking about lining them up correctly. They go through a pattern of using the same units 3 times, and then they move to a different unit. So how many paper clips long would this fish be? And it purposely is off to the side so that they know not always to start with this. It's about the amount of space that a figure takes up. That's the length. So it is 2 paper clips long. Here is the shark. The shark is 1, 2, 3, 4 paper clips long. The whale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you look, there's a little bit extra of the whale's tail. Could you add another paper clip there to match up the length accurately? So as you're talking about length, you also can review the geometry terms, 3D, 2D, and then also there's a coin review. You'll notice that there is a difference in the numbers on the page, and there's a pattern throughout the calendar pieces. What numbers are in red? What numbers are written in blue? What numbers are written in yellow and inside the purple shaded box? So you can talk about different numbers and what they have and how they relate to one another. If you go back to the first slide, you'll notice that these 3 animals live in water, and they are different because this is a plant and these are animals. But then you can also talk about the difference between these 2 animals and this animal. So you can integrate some science conversation in as well as the math. The second part of these calendar pieces deal with measurement, but they go into weight. They still have the same number patterns throughout the calendar pieces because this is a continuation. They still have the review of the 3D shapes and the 2D shapes as well as the coins. And if you notice here, the gum is heavier than the gumdrop, but over here the chocolate bar is heavier than the gum. So what could you say about all 3 of these items? If the gum is heavier than the gumdrop, but the gum is lighter than the chocolate bar, what could you say about the relationship between the chocolate bar and the gumdrop? So you can see that there's that practice of heavier, lighter, lightest, heaviest, and there's that same practice down here now dealing with vegetables. So if you were talking about food groups, you could also talk about that these are all from the sweets food group or the fats food group, and down here you're talking about the vegetable food groups. So you can integrate a lot of different subject area and content area into this as well. If you go back